You're listening to WUAG 103.1 FM, man. I'm here. Well, do you guys want to introduce yourselves before we get into it?
Yeah, sure.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Snoff the maker. Here you go, Luce.
My name is Cans, K to the A into the Z. Now Jalal Noble Zigzag in the building. What's up? How y'all doing?
Peace, it's Drew Shamir.
Yo, what's good? This is Time, the inner mind's eye. Time is infinite. 10. Ziglaw, baby. Ziglaw crazy.
Yo, what's good? It's Trillette G. What's good, y'all?
Cool, man. I'd love to ask first, man, we were talking about it a little bit already, but for you as a producer or as a rapper, what are some of your biggest influences, do you think?
I mean, growing up, as far as hip-hop goes, I listened to Doom the most.
Yeah.
I didn't really dive into Dilla's discography till like way later, like 2016, 2017. Not that I hadn't heard any of the joints, but I just like was consuming other artists. But with production-wise, yeah, it's just like these are the people I really like, and then it just kind of, it may or may not come out in my productions.
Sure.
But I don't really think about like a style as far as when I'm making things.
What do you think about when you're making stuff? Or is it kind of just like how it comes out is how it comes out?
Honestly, kind of, other than the fact that I love the sample, or the sample like says something to me or speaks to me, I kind of just stab at it and dabble until like it kind of just takes form on its own, and I'm just happen to be the one there like kind of guiding it to the final form. Like I don't know what type it's gonna be, what type of beat it's gonna be, or what type of track should be made on it until it's done, and then it's like, oh, this is where that goes.
Yeah.
This isn't even my final form.
Right.
Awesome Frieza quote. Then we're joined today with some great musicians, and I'd be curious to know how you got in contact with some of the guys with us today, man. And I'd be curious to know how you got in contact with Drew, specifically the other producer we had on today playing beats.
Well, I think one of the easiest ones is Trillette Gates. We worked together for like 2 years, and he was like started playing some of his older stuff, and I was like playing some stuff I was working on, and it was just like, you know, he started listening to my stuff, and to like help with rhyming, just to have an infinite source of beats to like write to. And then you know, he was like, oh, I'm writing to this one joint, and I was like, okay, bet, we're gonna record you on that. And then once we did that, it brought the whole project together. So after that, it just, you know, just keep working together. I think the big connector, he's not here, but the big connector is Pat Kilmatic. He saw me playing a beat set at Common Grounds on South Elam.
Oh yeah.
And he just happened to be guest hosting the open mic, and afterwards was like, yo, you should come out to Flatiron for Dilla Doomsday. When I went to Dilla Doomsday, I met Prez, I met Katie Boulevard, Gentleman Boss, Deviant Sounds. That was the Beats Batch crew at the time, or that was a Beats Batch show.
Right, yeah.
And then I met, rekindled a meeting with a homie who put me on to Kingston Vibes, who does like Jamaican cuisine, right? I know it kind of goes off a tangent, but I worked with Kingston Vibes enough to where I kept running into Veteran Eye. And then he was like, "Oh, you gotta rock with him." And then, you know, he could tell the story a little bit better than I can. But eventually, once me and Vet started working together, I started meeting individuals through either Vet or Prez. Started meeting them over time, and you know, the network just kind of grows. And we want to make, you know, we always want to make dope stuff. So it kind of just happens like that.
And for those who may be listening but not aware, man, this weekend Shrimp and Grits Fest is also happening, and I know we were talking about before your set, but you were there last night, man. How was it?
I wasn't there last night. I was there Friday night.
Yeah, Friday night was the beat battle, right?
For the beat battle, yeah, that was crazy. That was probably one of the best beat battles I've witnessed.
Yeah.
For a lot of different reasons. I met a bunch of producers that I didn't think I'd ever meet. Met Drugs Beats, met Mark the Infinite, who I had frequented a couple times in a beat battle community online. And I was like, you see people online and you're like, they just feel, you know, out of touch, right? And then I'm like, oh, he's in Charlotte. So I'm like, maybe we'll cross paths, and just so happened that was a time I met him. But
cool, man.
yeah, that was crazy. Shout out OC from NC. Shout out Steve Skyline. Shout out Nazar Wonder.
Yeah.
Nazar invited me out to play a little beat set, and then I just ended up having to use my equipment to let everybody play their stuff just to make it a little bit easier. If I ever pull up to play a set, I'm gonna have like a ton of gear on me. So
Yeah.
that was a ton of fun. One major thing we're not going to let die is that the DJ table fell over with everyone's gear on it into the crowd.
During the battle?
Yeah.
Dude.
My stuff.
Yeah, and my stuff. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, Dom was sitting right in front of it, and it literally, top off, we got it on footage. We found the footage. It's incredible. It is a once in a lifetime experience.
Is all the equipment good?
Yes.
Oh no, the laptop still works.
Somehow.
Cool.
Yeah.
Somehow the equipment is good.
Man.
It was so crazy that the bass moved the table up to the edge of the stage and it fell off.
Wow. Y'all were going out, man.
Yeah, it was bananas.
What do you feel like is, and if any of you guys have your own thoughts about this, feel free to chime in too, but what do you feel like is the importance of community in an artistic scene, man?
I think is everything, man. I think that, you can do your own thing and you can hone your craft, but like community, collaboration, building, that's what makes waves, what I'm saying?
To build on that, community is everything. If you ain't got community, which part of the word community is unity? Without that, you ain't got nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? If you're not coming out to support the people that's in the community, you can't be mad if they're not inviting you to pull up to places to be a part of it. So you definitely got to support the community if you want to be a part of the community. Because again, community is everything with unity.
Yeah.
I mean, I speak on that, and I mean, both of these gentlemen said something correct, and I feel that. But also, I feel like when you do build a community, you get a chance to collaborate. Iron sharpens iron. I love what all of these guys do, and when Snoff would, when Snoff said before we worked together, so it was like we in the kitchen chefing, but we really was just making music and talking music and gear. But when he let me hear these guys, I'm like, yo, who is that? Like, who is this? He like, yo, I made a song with Vet. Yo, I got this joint with Zig. Like, yo, I got this joint with, and I'm like, yo, these is, so I'm listening to the tracks on my side, and so it was just cool how we all got to come together and collaborate, and then finally be in the same room, and I'm listening to records, they listening to records. So I mean, Snoff really just got a whole just like collaboration thing going on. I mean, and I'm loving the vibes and what it's creating in the city right now.
Yeah.
Another thing, man, the community is niched in a deep-seated love and respect. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we homing in on our crafts, we all respect each other first as men or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And then there's the craft. You know what I'm saying? And we just pretty much respect each other so much that we are able to home in and create a community.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's another part of it too.
And for those who may not maybe not get it as well, men who are listening over the air, what do you think the difference is for you between respect and maybe too much or overtly critical when it comes to working or like giving notes or like feedback to fellow artists?
Oh man, I try to pretty much like give sound advice, sound opinion, you know what I mean? I don't because creativity is in the mind of the creator. You know what I'm saying? Whoever's creating it, that's their canvas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That they paint. You gotta respect their canvas, you know what I'm saying? So, I feel like, and for me, I feel like it's respect all the way around the board, you know what I'm saying? You gotta respect, and you gotta give it to get it. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't tell nobody, yo, you whack, man, you know what I'm saying? Because like, I ain't trying to crush nobody's morale.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like I said, creativity is in the mind of the creator. So what you might not like, everybody else might like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
True, man. Yeah. And I know Snoff and a lot of your lyrics, man, you talk about a lot of like global related issues. And so I'd be curious to know also, what do you feel like is the role of the arts in the betterment of humanity globally? If there is a role in that.
I feel like if you have personally, I understand corporatism and the lack of having a stance to better their income from the general populace. If you have a microphone and you have a platform, then you should voice your stance for the betterment. Some people don't, but those of us who do want it to be better should say that instead of just pretending like everything's all right.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I look back, I'm like, I don't want to be that dude who just raps about politics or raps about, socioeconomical issues, but every time I start writing something, it just comes out, even if it's like me and Trelaire, like just having fun, just doing a, regular jam joint. Every now and again, it's just going to pop in my head because that's what we consume 24/7 and what's affecting everyone 24/7, and it's like it's my obligation I'm obligated to speak on it and make sure that it stays known and stays in the airwaves. So hopefully I don't come off too rash or too political.
First things first, if you have the microphone and you have awareness, you have a duty. You have to, sorry for everybody who wants to just like make fun music and make a lot of money, but if you have awareness and you have the microphone, you got a job. And if you don't fulfill the needs of that job, we see how those careers end up. And when it comes to hip hop, a black art form, being black is inherently political. So anything that we create is inherently political. The same as being an oppressed person in general is inherently political. So when it comes to what all of us do, whether it be like, something for people to dance to, bounce to, or something that you sit to with your headphones, like, that awareness is always going to be there because we've lived life and we see what's going on. And me personally, I feel that it's my responsibility to be the person who can let some kid know somewhere, yo, you're not crazy. You're not the only one that sees it. Something is not right here, because I had people like that when I was younger that I was listening to. So.
They build museums to house art that go back hundreds, thousands of years, and that's one of the only things that we create as humans that sticks around for that long. People obsess over it, so we got to think about the art. What kind of history do we want to leave? What kind of impact do we want to have? What kind of how do we know about ancient civilizations? Is because of the art that they left behind. That's the importance of the art.
Let me speak on that a little bit too. I'm gonna say it again. They've been making some great points. Like Drew Shamir, that was an awesome point. I had to come in and at least acknowledge that. But for real, I just feel like the way that we make the art, I feel like we all got a different type of way that we putting it together. Like the way, like you said, that Snoff speaks on different things, and it's like things that make you think. And like Drew Shamir saying that you got awareness, so you got a mic, you got a job to do. And we all just have a flavor that we just coming out with that gives different perspectives of things that should be going on. So like, once again, respect to these guys and everything we doing. Snoff dope, making the music to give us the chance to voice those opinions and those stories. So I think it's all coming together well.
Yeah. Kind of touching on similar stuff, man. Do any of y'all feel or feel not like there is an obligation from maybe older artists or artists who have been doing it for longer towards artists who are just starting to try and make sure that like maybe that they're going about it in a genuine way? Or do you feel like people just got to figure it out on their own?
I think it's a level of both. I think the figuring it out on your own is what molds you into like your true self. But at the same time, I do believe that those who have been in the game longer need to pass on knowledge to those starting out in the game so that the knowledge stays alive. Because otherwise, we're going to learn completely different things, and with the way media is now, the knowledge we had 10, 15 years ago is being erased. You know what I'm saying? Even longer than that, 50, 60, 80, 100 years. Yeah. So the oral tradition of passing down knowledge needs to remain apparent in the industry or in the culture to, lift up those that are coming up, you know, like he was saying, like, I don't want to call anybody whack, or I don't want to da-da-da. It's like, you know, if I'm not, I mean, I don't have to have your song on my phone and play it every day. I don't have to be super into it to respect your craft. And if there's anything I can give you that's gonna, you know, help you out or give you that knowledge from what I've learned, then I'm gonna pass it on. I don't hold no gems. I try to pass on all the gems so that the wealth of knowledge stays in the hands of the person with the microphone.
You know, sometimes, man, and more, I guess, like business-oriented settings, you'll hear people talk about like trade secrets. And do you feel like there are any trade secrets when it comes to hip-hop or when it comes to being a producer or a rapper? Or do you feel like what you were saying, let all the gems out, man, don't hold on to any of them?
It's really connections.
You want to talk about it? Go ahead, Ken.
There's no secrets. It's just connections, and have the value that you hold, that the community holds you to, and it's adding on to what Drew was saying. That's pretty much the responsibility of when you got the mic. Now you hold a certain value to your being as well, so there's no really trade secrets. It's just the secret is who you connected to.
Yeah, man. Thanks for answering that. I was thinking about a lot of these things during your set, man, because it's just really interesting. I mean, there's a lot of different kind of artists, you know what I mean? And a lot of people touch on and talk about really different stuff. And so it's interesting kind of seeing that theme, I think, through the whole set, kind of. But switching gears a little bit, man, I would love to ask you, I know you mentioned your new album coming out soon, man. Do you want to talk about that a little bit?
I would say, yeah, sure. I have a couple albums coming out this year. I don't know about the second half of the year, but in the first half of the year, I have a couple albums that just finished up. We were like right in the last little bits of adding the seasoning and the polish. Namely, one was Zig Law by the name of Saison. And that album is very culinary. It's very eccentric and flavorful. A lot of different, you know, I would say courses. You know what I'm saying? It's designed as like a full course meal. So like not one track is going to give you everything you need, so maybe the next track will. And that is very chefy themed, you know what I'm saying? I have another album with Mr. Adams. That one's called Smoke and Mirrors. Just really phenomenal classic boom bap joints, you know, true to Mr. Adams style. He's like chorus hook god. Like he's somehow able to make a hook about literally everything. And we just finished, we're almost done recording that, so that should be out in the next month or two, hopefully. Then my personal full length, you know, I'm gonna put my project on the back burner while I'm working with all these phenomenal artists and making sure they get the love they need on their projects. But it will be out this year. It's by the name of The Maker's Mark.
Do you often prioritize collaborative projects, man, between solo ones?
I try to always have a collaborative project going, even if it's just a single. Well, like if it was just a single, we're gonna get that done like in one session. You know what I'm saying? And then it's really just like, what do we do with it? We'll be recording. Trelaire came over the other day. He's been doing a lot of recording for his personal projects with me, and he was, you know, I never know what he's gonna bring, but I know he's bringing a beat. He brings a beat over. He's like, hey, we're gonna do this, and I was like, I just showed him a beat, and then just for, you know, for the hell of it, like, oh, hey, check this out, I was working on this. And then he starts rhyming, catches the pocket, starts rapping what he was just about to record on a different beat. And that was one of the joints we just played for y'all. And it's like, try to always keep some kind of collaborative thing going. It's hard because I want to collaborate with everybody. You know, or I want to have there's a lot of people that I do want to collaborate with, but there's only so many massive projects I can take care of at a time. And my projects, I could release singles, you know, every week for I don't know how long. Like I'm not even worried about that. It's more about these collaborations are bigger than the sum of the two people. You know what I'm saying? Especially we've got features, Loose Cans on a feature, Drew Shamir on a feature, t.i.m.e on a feature, Trelaire on a feature. All of the people that we can get our hands on, if it makes sense, it's on there. So
yeah. What are your thoughts on, or any of your guys' thoughts on, the producer-rapper relationship, man? And what do you think, like, the importance of that is? Is there any, like, key aspects of how someone works that you're looking for when you're looking for, like, a rapper or producer to work with?
I mean, obviously, it'd be easy for me to say, "Oh, easy to work with,"
right?
But that's you're never really gonna know or figure that out until you work together.
Yeah.
Everybody works differently. Every single person works differently together, and I want to make a point on that not everybody should collab. I know everybody, the collaboration and the network and the community, and everybody's like, I want to work with everyone. There's a lot of people that clash, you know what I'm saying? And you're not going to find that out until you get into a project, and then bridges can get burnt that way. So you really want to be selective with who you're collaborating with, and that they have the same kind of idea and vision as far as, like, for the music itself. But as for me, I think producer just needs to provide the perfect canvas for the artist to express themselves the way they want to. I'll ask, hey, what's the concept of the album about? Where we're going for?
Yeah.
And then I will, after we record, I will mold the sampling and the stuff around that concept, and that's kind of how I go. Is projects almost always are concept based, like prompts, almost like, hey, we're gonna do chef and we're gonna do this.
Yeah.
Me and t.i.m.e are doing dunk contests. It's like we're doing basketball, sneakers, and fly fits and culture. And it's like, okay, so now I know what beats to look for when I'm putting beats together. I'm like, oh, that sticks out for that project, so I'll put it over there. But I'm gonna pass the mic.
Yeah, this is veteran. Veteran and I about to speak on this, man.
I just want to take that question as an opportunity to make a distinction, especially for a lot of younger creators in hip hop. The producer, being a beat maker, don't make you a producer. The producer, I'm a MC and I'm a producer, so I can work with I can have a beat maker send me 20 records and I'm gonna send him back an album that he ain't have to do nothing more than make beats for.
Yeah.
Because I know how to produce. Producing is someone who knows who's going to make all parties involved job as easy as possible to see the project to completion. Whether that's the beat maker, the MC, or, like, again, in my case, I could sit in a room and not be the rapper or a beat maker and help produce the project.
Yeah.
So, like, somebody like Diddy is called a producer, but he don't.
Diddy.
I mean, I don't want to get too sidetracked with that. But Diddy is the best example because Diddy don't make beats.
Yeah.
But he's the producer on every project.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He might still pick vinyl and tell the beat makers, I need this sample.
Diddy didn't make beats?
No.
I didn't know that.
But he's in the room while the beats are, he's not making beats on the board.
Yeah.
But he's coaching how the beat needs to come out.
Like Quincy Jones,
Yeah. So, but that's a producer.
Yeah.
And then there's levels of producer. There's executive production, which is that person who's also maybe even financing it, because that's the same as in a movie. It's who's helping the project, seeing it through. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So with that being,
for power, he ain't no.
Oh yeah.
He's not.
He's
He's
no editor.
Yeah.
I like some of
So-
the I got songs.
But
You know about cameras.
I say that to say too, when a collaboration is happening, one of the parties does need to know how to produce, or then it becomes, like he was saying, it's not going to get anywhere, if you will. There's going to be a lot of frustration because if it's two big egos in the room, then there's no producer in the room.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, like, is a way we're going back to the question or the topic earlier. Was like, I don't want to tell somebody they're not good. I'm going to absolutely, in a proper way, in a way that you can receive it, tell you that that's not it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not loving the art. I'm not loving you
or whatever if I'm not telling you the truth.
Yeah.
And I trust my ears and what I'm listening to. I'm not going to tell you to stop making music. I'm going to say we need to. That's just not right.
Yeah.
You know, but everybody, a producer has a way of delivering that where it can be received. It's not going to tear down your confidence. I'm trying to build your confidence, because if I can get you to hear what I'm trying to get you to do, once you get there, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it for now on. And once you work with enough good producers, you end up learning how to produce, because you've been through the class, you've been through the gauntlet of classes, and then you can raise up and each one teach one, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
it kind of stresses the importance to me in my eyes hearing you talk, that the producer can almost be kind of like a glue between multiple different parties, you know?
Use that term a lot.
Yeah?
That term a lot.
Really?
I use glue a lot.
Really?
glue.
I was just gonna say, I think it really all just comes down to chemistry, and honesty. Because, like Vet said, if you can't be honest with the person that you're working with, you're not doing either of you a favor.
Yeah.
And I share a similar vein with his philosophy. Like, I've told Cass, hey, bruh, that verse wasn't it, bro. Respectfully, I know you can do better. Or, hey, tighten up that bar. Or what if you switch this word for that one? And it's not like, you know, oh, you suck, you don't know how to rap, you don't know how to, you know, do whatever. But it's really just like, yo, not thinking as me as time or whoever is whoever, but more so just as just looking at the song or the lyrics. It's like, hey, this might sound better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just gonna add to that another thing about the producer and the artist. When it comes to Snoff, I also think that it's about how your energy leads. You know what I'm saying? When we would speak about music, or when we do speak about music, it's like it's an enjoy. You know what I'm saying? Like, we enjoy speaking about different types of energy in music, like different type of, I know, like, for sure, I would come in and play a sample. He'd be like, bro, what is that? And I'm like, I love old music, you know, so he like, yo, it's like basically putting people on to something that they might have not caught wind of, and then they able to take that and make something special with it. I mean, he done did that a million times, like, quick, too. I tell him about something, he shoved something.
Make it on break.
And he'll come back to I'm like, bro, you did this in the car? Like, what is this?
Yeah.
You know, but it's good energy that we share because we love the craft first. So when you do that, and then when you speak about it, then that's just energy to create. And so I think that's an important thing as well as just making it together.
Yeah. What do you think about the difference, man, between the process and the product when it comes to creating art? And do you feel like one is more important to you than the other?
You know what? It really the process is the most important part to me, because I'm a chef in my professional life. So when you making dishes, you got all these ingredients.
You're a chef?
Yeah.
That's cool, man. A good friend of mine's a chef.
Yeah. I'm a chef. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to making my food, it's the same thing. I'm just about selecting the right ingredients to make it be the best, and probably something you never tried before, because obviously that's what keep people coming back. You know? So I think at the end of the day that the process is going to make the best product. So you really just got to love the process. You know what I'm saying? Because if you love the process, you taste testing through the process. It's like with music, I'm listening to a beat, and I'm like, man, I like this, you know, and then he'll play something better than that. And I'm like, man, I don't even know what, just like he said, I came in to record one record, he played another record. I'm like, bro, what we got to do? Like, this is crazy. So I love the process more because I'm just passionate about how the product is going to come out at that time.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Most dope artists are connected to cooking in some form of fashion.
Yeah.
Really?
That's my day job.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow, man. That's funny. I didn't realize.
I think chefing and doing music is like, they go hand in hand, yeah.
Wow, man.
There's a lot of those.
You could, artists in the game you can name right now, like, it's so many. Alchemist, Action, Raekwon, Larry.
Alchemist?
So many.
Whoa, man.
There's so many.
Wow.
Appreciate that.
That's crazy, man. I had never noticed that overlap before. That's really cool.
Like musicians, period. A lot of indie artists and musicians end up working in restaurants and kitchens on their way.
Yeah. I know a lot of musicians in Greensboro, man. They work at like coffee shops or
burgers
like,
joints.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. Yeah, man.
You could take it back as far as famous Amos.
Really?
You could take it back that far.
Yeah. You want to speak on it a little bit, man?
I mean,
Tell us about famous Amos, Lou.
just do your Googles, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
do the knowledge. Do the knowledge. Y'all gonna have to look that one up.
Me and the rest of the audience will figure it out on our own. We'll learn on our own, man. Switching gears a little bit, man. Snoff, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're based in Greensboro. You're out of Greensboro, right, man?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm on the north side by the Science Center.
Cool. Are you guys also from Greensboro? Are you Greensboro-based artists, or where are you guys from?
I lived here for a few years, but I don't live here no more.
Cool.
Greensboro base, man. Shout out to Glenwood.
Oh.
Saturate everybody up in there. You know what I mean?
Shout out to Glenwood, man. My brother lived there for years, man.
Yeah.
That's a great neighborhood.
Shout out to some tomatoes.
I'm from Greensboro. I spent 13 years in Southern California, Los Angeles, to be specific. Spent a lot of time in most of parts of Western Europe and trying to build up a lot of international collaboration and stuff like that. So I still do heavy work with producers and artists over there, but back home. But yeah, Greensboro is home for me.
Wow, man. Oh. I'm
from Rockaway, Queens, New York, but I hail Burlington. Then I moved to Greensboro. Now I live in Reedsville, North Carolina. So, yeah.
Cool, man.
I'm from Greensboro. Shout out to Deadly Heights. I'm from the east side of Greensboro. Been here, lived in Pennsylvania for a little while and a couple other places, but Greensboro is home.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad saying this, man, but we only have about 7 or so minutes left.
No, it's totally fine. I preferred the.
Either way, it's fine.
Usually, what I do, man, at the end is, and the reason I asked where you all were from is there anything you guys want to shout out? Any other artists who aren't here today that you want to shout out? Anything you guys have cooking that you want to shout out? Any events coming up? Anything like that?
Yeah, we got an event coming up. There's Beats for Peace, my debut beat show series, where we center music and community around donating for charity and providing back to the community. So we're doing a food drive, we're doing a fundraiser for Urban Ministries, and a few of us are going to be there performing. People that aren't here: Slim Digi, Nazar Wonder, Big Ugly, Succotash will also be there, and my good friend Elijah Miller, also known as Zippers and Teeth, who does the album art and other various arts for my projects. He'll be there. That is next Sunday, so a week from today, 3 to 7 p.m. Or 3 to 6 p.m. at Back Table.
Cool.
As far as other artists to shout out, Shakar Kareem, Hiroman Bip, Mr. Adams, OC from NC, Steve Skyline, Pancho the Honcho, Underdog.
Shameless plug.
If anyone else wants to shout out anything, you can.
Shameless plug.
Beats for Peace, 26, Back Table. Also, I want to shout out Beat Free Crew. Shout to Joffrey, everybody over there, man. We will be performing at Boom Festival in Charlotte May 1st. Other than that, man, just shout out to anybody who is just about the preservation of just like expressing yourself in the truest way you can, whether it be rhyming, making beats, painting, interpretive dance. Like if you just pick your nose really good and you express yourself, I'm with it. Like just, self-expression is key when it comes to all this.
I want to send a shout out to the homie Kush, the rapper. We got the event coming up in the middle of May, the Dojo series. Also want to just say shout out to Eddie Ruger, man, because I think everybody in here has worked with him in some capacity. longtime veteran around the scene. So shout out to him. And then for me personally, I've got 2 projects in the works. I've got one coming out called For Love of the Game, trying to get that released on Mother's Day. It's a deeply personal album in memory of my mom, who passed away going on 5 years this year. And I got another joint in the works. Working title right now is called Now or Never. It's a collaboration project with legendary DJ Pain One.
Yeah, for me, Trillette G, besides the record that me and Snoff just made, No Intro, that's definitely coming out for a new single. My EP I'm working on that's going to be self-produced by me is called The Properly Desired. The second in the series, I've been going back and forth with Snoff about working, so on the second project, y'all definitely can expect the project between me and Snoff. It's already titled. I'm titling it right now, world premiere. The name of the second EP is going to be called The Properly Aligned. So this is my Properly series. The Properly series is coming, y'all. I know y'all been asking me for it. The Properly Desired will probably be out in a month. But y'all just wait for the Properly Aligned with me and Snoff.
That's right, proper. Definitely make sure y'all check out the MC10 projects, myself and Snoff the Maker. Also tune in to the MNRA Tofu album we released February. That's myself, Ziglar, Loose Cans, Hiram and Bip, Shakar Kareem, Mr. Rozzy, and Plunder Dog Music, aka Poncho the Honcho. Safe travels to Mr. Rozzy. He's in the UK right now touring with Rod Digger.
Manchester to be exact.
Manchester, yep. Shouts out to my guy Quartz in Manchester, who produced The Dragon and the Gem. Definitely tune in to my last release, Love Me or Leave Me Alone, produced by Azar Made It, aka Nazar Wonder.
Now on Shade 45.
Now on Shade 45. Got Album of the Week this week on the Rec Radio Show. And stay tuned for some immediate releases. Myself and Plunder Dog Music, aka Poncho the Honcho, the Weed House on Black Wall Street. That should be dropping in a couple weeks. And then myself and Gentleman Boss, Karmic Loops too, following that.
Blackface.
And myself and Loose Cans and a series of tapes we're releasing with several producers called Blackface. Y'all stay tuned for that.
So we got this thing going on May the 2nd called the Unity Fest. Is in Burlington, North Carolina. Big up to Lex Kaiser for hosting that. NAACP and all that, they gonna be in the building. As far as projects go, I got a project out called Bible Bullets, Ballots, Bullets, Bibles. I got the Black Bang 1. I got 3 albums coming out, Saison, working on Black Bane 2, and also I got one called The OG's Curse. Those albums are actually done, but y'all stay tuned for the Black Bane 2. It's a crazy characteristical type, comical book type thing, you know what I mean? It's going to be real extravagant for you. Holla at your boy.
Cool, man. Well, thank you guys so much once again, for joining us today. I want to thank Snoff the Maker. Oh, go ahead, Ken.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to LFL and all. You know what I mean? Love, family, loyalty never run out. You know what I'm saying? If you ain't got love, you ain't got nothing. Holla at your nobody.
Thank you guys so much again, man.
Shout out to Lords of Boom Bap in now Poland, formerly Germany. BDI Beats, phenomenal producer. You know, him and Veteran have a project. 3 projects called, what's the most recent one again?
Children of Moo.
Children of Moo. So make sure you check that out, featuring MNRA. Lords of Boom Bap.
Cool, man. Well, thank you guys so much once again. Snoff the Maker, man. Time, Drew Shamir. I'm here with Ziglar. I'm here with Veteran I, and I'm here with Trailer. G.
You got it.
Cool. In cans, loose cans, man. Thank y'all so much for coming on this WAG 103.1 FM Radio Greensboro. Peace.